Hello, I'm Emma.
And I'm Tracy.
And we are Curly Seams.
Okay, thanks for watching. If you come back again, well done. If you're new to the podcast, then we are two cousins that talk about what we've been doing. We sew, we knit, we quilt, we bake.
We make clothes.
We do all sorts of stuff. So it's basically us chatting about stuff.
Yes. We say that every time, don't we?
Stuff. I like that word, stuff. It covers a multitude of things.
It does. So we are well, not fresh out of, we're a week out of Festival of Quilts.
Yes.
Which was not this weekend gone, but the weekend before. And we put up a little montage of some bits of video and some photographs that we did over the weekend, which we didn't do a lot of, really.
I did next to nil photography at all. I'm sorry.
So it was just a few bits cobbled together, just to give you a little insight as to what festival is like, really.
Yeah. There's so much to see. There is so much to see and so much to photograph.
There is.
It's difficult to know what to take a picture of.
Yes, because you can get completely carried away, as I have done in the past. You take loads and loads of photographs and then they just seem to sit on the computer, and I don't...
Do you ever go back and look at them?
Not very often.
No, I don't really.
No,
I do sometimes. Every now and again I go back and think, oh, I've got a photograph of something, and then I have a job finding a decent shot of the something.
Yeah.
So So anyway, plus the fact I was working most of the time anyway, so I only had Sunday off, and then I spent all day Sunday looking rather than photographing.
So when did you went up Tuesday? Didn't
I went
you?
up Tuesday evening. Yes, in the rain.
Yes.
It seems wherever I travel anywhere, I'm in the rain. It absolutely poured down. I had to.
Not travelling with there again.
No, it was horrendous. It was absolutely horrendous, the rain was. I stopped 3 times because it was so bad. The window screen.
You couldn't see.
No, we couldn't keep up. And people were still going zoom, zoom, zoom on the far side of me, and I thought, I'm not doing that. I'd rather get there in one piece, so I came off.
Very sensible.
So yeah, I got there Tuesday night. I was working all day Wednesday. Picked up a little bug Wednesday night, which wasn't the best because I was working Thursday.
It was a little bit delicate.
I was, yes, all day Thursday.
We won't go into details.
No, but anyway, I scraped through that, that's fine. So I worked Thursday, a little bit of Friday, a little bit of Saturday, no, a bit more of Saturday than a little bit.
Yes.
And then Sunday I was off. So, and then all of last week I spent recovering because I was so tired.
Yeah. It's surprising how tiring it is, really.
Oh, it's incredibly tiring.
Yeah, especially if you're working as well. I got up there just after Thursday lunchtime. Spent Thursday sort of walking around the show, catching up with a few people, and Friday as well. Saturday I did a class, more on that later, and then on the Sunday, lots more looking at quilts, exhibitions, and then we went to a lecture together as well. Again, a little bit more on that later on as well.
Yeah.
And then we finished up with a little workshop, didn't we?
We did, which I really enjoyed actually.
Yeah, which was nice.
Really nice.
And then back home Sunday evening. And then stupidly booked myself a workshop in on the Monday, and then worked Tuesday, Wednesday. Added to which I had a husband who had man flu all week. So it took to about Thursday, Friday, I think, before I felt I got a decent night's sleep. So.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I got back about 9 o'clock on the Sunday evening, and I wanted to get the car unpacked and everything out of the car and in the house. So of course by the time I'd done that, I was awake again.
Yeah,
so
you'd gone past it.
Yeah, I'd gone past it to about 3 before I actually went to sleep on Monday.
Oh no.
And then my mum woke me up with a phone call at 9:30 Monday morning, and of course I was still in bed.
Well done, Auntie May.
Yeah. But she wasn't mentioned. Why are you still in your pyjamas? Actually, I'm still in bed, Mum. Oh, I'm so sorry. By that time, she'd woken me up. I was having a natter. And then, but I was tired all week.
Yeah.
Really knocked me for 6, to be honest. But which is
Well,
normal for travel.
it is.
Do you find travel does make
It
you tired
does.
anyway?
I did to the fact that you weren't very well, probably as well in that period.
No.
It wouldn't have helped, would it? So.
No, I seem to have a history of not being well when I go away recently. But I noticed a couple of other people mentioned on Instagram this week, and Instagram's been really quiet this week. So I think a lot of people that went were feeling the after effects. And I read somewhere actually, someone was saying they are going to festival can have 2 effects. You either come back on a complete high, or you come back feeling quite depressed.
I can see that actually,
Yeah.
yes. Because it is, there is so much to see, and they are some very talented people. Really,
the standard this year was incredible.
It was so high.
Yeah.
And I can see, you know, you do come away thinking, oh, I can't do that. I haven't got time to do that. I'd never do that.
Yeah, but then you see other quilts, think, oh yes, I actually could do that.
Yes.
I am better than that, or I can do more than that. Yeah.
So yes, I can see it working both ways, really.
Yeah, but I did come back thinking I need to up my game.
Yes.
A lot.
Yes. I came back thinking I need to spend a bit more time and do a little bit more, and then obviously just do nothing as usual, really.
Well, I did a little bit this week, not a lot there, but a little bit.
Yeah.
In between the feet, sort of slumping on the sofa.
Yes.
Sorry for myself.
Yeah. Well, I think you're into my clip too.
It was good. No, I've really enjoyed it actually this year. It's probably one of the better years for me, to be honest. So, yeah.
It was nice. It's nice to catch up with, you know, so many friends and faces.
Yeah. Loads of networking. Really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
And saw so many people that I'd not seen in a long time. So that was lovely.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well, it was a good week all around actually.
So yeah, I have brought my purchases in to show everybody just very briefly.
I didn't buy any fabric. No fabric at all. I bought books, but no fabric.
Well, I bought fabric. So I bought, I bought these for start off. Actually, I've got another one somewhere as well. Where did I put it? Oh no, there is another one. I think I've left it at home. But these are just for quilt backings.
Are they?
Yep. Oh. So these are extra wide.
The French colour, isn't it? Yeah.
I can't remember the other called now actually. Not pink, no. Anyway, I'll have a think about it. But yes, so those are for quilt backings. So I felt, and there is another one.
And how wide are these?
They're about 1.5 meters wide.
Yeah, that's a good width actually, isn't
it?
So
I thought they'd be quite nice.
Yeah, so it's double that width, isn't it? So yeah, it's a good width, isn't it?
Yeah. I think I've got 4 meters of each, just to give myself plenty to play with.
That's lovely.
I've got loads of fabric at home, and I have been piecing them together to use some of it up for backings and things. But sometimes it's just easier just to buy a slightly wider one and stick it down.
Yeah, I've had a load of piece backs through recently to quilt, and there's a big movement.
Yeah.
Towards, you know, sort of, if you bought a bundle of fabric to make the quilt top, then they're using all the leftovers to make the backing. So the whole bundle has been used.
Yes.
You know, and it's there's quite a few people I've heard say, "Oh, I'm really pleased. I used right down to the binding. I used everything."
That's good.
So, yeah, it is really, because it means you're not adding to your stash.
Exactly.
Yeah. Buy something else then.
You could then. Yeah. So I then bought I bought that with a view to a top.
I like that. Yeah.
And I bought that with a view to a top.
Yes, that's very you.
Yeah.
Very you.
And then I bought this. This is I think this is a viscose linen.
Oh, it's very piece.
So this is
that's nice.
going to be a tunic, I think.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah. It could be anything.
Could be anything.
Yeah.
I might change my mind on that. So
very nice.
we'll see about that one.
Yeah.
And it looks like I've bought loads.
You have bought loads.
I haven't. I haven't. I bought those with a view to making some trousers.
I have some of this actually.
Yeah.
I have some of that. Yeah.
So on one of the previous episodes, Tracy mentioned and showed a pair of her free range slacks.
Yes.
By Sew House 7. So that's what those are going to be. And then I bought that, which is a double gauze. This is Higgs and Higgs.
I like Higgs and Higgs.
Yeah.
There's some lovely fabric. Do you see all those jerseys that they have? Those cable jerseys.
Yes.
I really like those.
Yeah.
I resisted from getting those.
So that I thought would be a nice top
Yeah, it would.
combination. And then I bought those with a view to making a couple of little tops work with those.
I tell you, who's got a new pattern out? I noticed this week. I'm just thinking about your top fabric there.
What, the double gauze?
Yeah, the double gauze. Now, is it the right company or not? I can't remember. Company in Rye, they're based in Rye. Merchant and Mills. Merchant and Mills have a new trouser pattern out.
Eve.
Yes.
Yes.
But did they have a little top that went with it, which was like
Boxy.
under the bust, and then it had like a little slightly frilled.
Yes, they do.
That would look quite nice. No, I'm not sure if it's you, but
don't know if it's me.
No, I don't know.
Don't know. Have a look there. I have looked at the Eve pattern as well.
I thought the Eve trousers looked nice actually. I
Yes.
might get those because we're going to Rye on Tuesday.
Oh, are you?
My husband said, "Do you fancy a trip to Rye?" And I said, "Oh, Rye, let me think." Tick, 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 tick. Merchants Mill. Yes, let's go to Rye.
Oh, well, that'll be nice. I think I've got a gift voucher for Merchants.
Oh, have you?
Mills, actually. Yes, I think so.
Yeah, the online shop looks fantastic. So, I'm looking forward to seeing it in person.
Yes.
So.
Somebody put some pictures on Instagram, I think, over the weekend, and the shop itself
Oh,
looked
really?
amazing. Yes.
Ah.
Yeah, it looked really nice. So you'll have to take lots of photographs.
I'll do that this time.
Yeah.
I'll do that. Yeah, I'll do the research this time.
Okay, you do the research for us then. That'd be good.
Right.
So yes, so that was what I bought really. I did buy I bought some needles, you know, sort of the
I bought the
essentials.
needles.
Yes.
We both bought these.
We both
didn't
bought
we?
these, yeah.
These are the superior titanium coated needles. I've used these in the past. Have you used them before?
I haven't used them before.
No.
I put one in over the weekend and I was using it on the arm this weekend.
Yeah. Did you like it?
Yes, it was very nice actually. Yeah.
I've been really impressed with them actually. The titanium coated, so it's got it's like a micro amount of titanium on the needle, but it does actually improve the stitch length by 6 times. I think you can keep the needle in for 6 times as long as you would a normal needle. I think that's what it said in the. And I've noticed with mine, I use mine a lot longer, and they keep sharper a lot longer.
Okay.
So I've been really impressed. So,
Okay.
So yeah.
So yeah, we got those from Barnyarns.
Yeah, Barnyarns. Yeah, Barnyards, and they gave. I thought this was quite an interesting little brochure.
I thought it was as well actually. It
So
was
they've been
some
popping
good little
these
tips.
in. Yeah. I think everyone got one of these, but there's thread tension explained, so that's really useful. That's with superior threads, isn't it? I think he put that little diagram together.
Right.
About
Okay.
it's like a what do they describe it as? Like a tug of war.
Yes.
On top of the bottom. That was really useful. But then all the other little bits and bobs that they carry. So. And they do carry a lot actually, don't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're very helpful as well
I know,
actually.
I thought that
The guys
too.
on there were really good.
Yeah. So I thought it was a nice little brochure that went in with it. But yes, I've got those needles. I said I didn't get any fabric at all. I looked at some fabrics, but I resisted.
She's so good, isn't she?
I did actually go one of our local shops. It's called Pins and Needles in Greyshot, and they're doing a revamp. So they're closing the shop. I think the shop closed on Saturday. Just gone. And I don't know how long they're taking, a month or whatever, to revamp the shop inside and out.
Right.
But she had to close not a closing down,
Refurb.
a refurb. So they were getting rid of
Right.
So they were clearing the shelves as much as they could before they start the refurb, and so she had a lot of stuff on sale.
Right.
So my other friend Libby, if you're watching, you caused me to spend an awful lot of money.
She's very good at blaming other people for her purchases, isn't she?
No, I did actually spend quite a bit with her, but I saved quite a bit too.
Yeah.
So that was nice.
Good.
So I did buy fabric, but not from Festival of Quilts. So I shopped local. But I bought these. So have you seen those?
No.
It's a chalk pencil.
Oh, right.
I'm always on the lookout for
markers.
for a good fabric marker. We talked about the fabric markers before, didn't we? Sort of the blue ones. And I have trouble seeing blue, to be honest. I don't see blue that well, and plus I don't find. Well, the blue, like what's that, friction pen?
Yes.
Blue has its own problems as well. Sometimes that blue doesn't come out. Not that I've had that much trouble with the blue, but I don't find it works for me. I still like the Crayola kids pencils, crayon drawings.
Yes.
I still like those. But I found that and I thought I'd give that a try. And that's chalk in a pencil format, so like a
So I'll take a
propelling.
photograph so that you can see it up close as well.
And you can get that in white and grey chalk, so that the greys for the white lighter fabrics.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd give that a try.
All right.
And you can also
sharpen it.
and you can sharpen it. So this is the downside. If you use the Crayola, for example, the felt tips are so thick that I have been known to shave those down.
Yes, you've said that
to get
before.
those.
Yes.
But having a pencil sharpener for the chalk itself, I think is going to be good. So
Yeah.
I'll to that.
Okay. That's good.
I bought a pattern from Anila Pooley, which I actually met. She's a lovely lady.
Yeah, very nice.
That's
Yeah,
what
she's
I
on
actually.
Beyond Measure.
Yeah, Beyond Measure.
Stand.
Oh, I love Beyond Measure.
Yeah, some lovely things, really nice things.
If you don't know Beyond Measure, pop online and have a look at it.
Definitely.
Because she being Grace.
Yes.
I don't know her surname.
I don't.
No,
I don't.
Grace from Beyond Measure. She carries some really, really unusual things. She has some jewellery, she has some notions.
Oh yeah, it's lovely.
Ceramic pincushions,
coasters, well,
some turned wood pincushions.
Beautiful, beautiful things.
Really unusual. And if you're looking for a gift for a knitter or a sewer, or sewist, whichever you want to call them, she has some really nice things, so it's worth taking a look at. But Anila, I think, was on her stand with her patterns and her books.
Oh, that's the one you got.
I did. So she's very into embroidery, which I'll be honest, I am not into embroidery, but I have done embroideries. I bought the when we went to QuiltCon, I did buy their embroidery. The first year we went.
I remember you doing
that. And I went on to do another one after that as well. But anyway, I've been wanting this zip-up pouch for a long time, so I got that. And then in here, she's got a few little projects I quite fancy doing. So yeah, it was quite pleased with that.
That'd be nice.
So that's going to be some nice slow stitching.
And I've got this as well, so we thought we might have a go at doing this together. And see how we get on with it.
Yeah, that looks. I've seen that on. Actually, I think it's one of the girls I know's got that. She's made several of her pouches and boxes. Yeah,
Maureen, who comments below sometimes, she's done a lot of these. So.
It's a really unusual design.
It is.
Now, did she say it took her over a year to develop?
Yes, to get the idea and the concept all done in one go. So
yeah, I can imagine that, because it's very unusual how it comes together, isn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, we'll look forward to that one.
So yes, we're going to have a go at doing that together, aren't we?
We are.
Yeah, that was good. What else did I get? So I got lovely Stuart Hillard. Yeah, love Stuart. So his new book, which I looked at 2 or 3 times, and I thought, I really quite like the book. It's very simple. Yeah, it's not a complex book.
No, it's not. No, not a huge amount of instructions in it. So
and I haven't actually looked through it properly, because I thought I'd wait until a bit later to do that. But the quick flick through I did have. There's some really nice eye candy, very simple looking quilts. Well, that's the title of the book. Simple shapes, stunning quilts, and they are, I think. Yeah. So yeah, I quite fancy having a go at making 1 or 2 of these. And if I don't, I should just enjoy looking at the book, because it's really nice.
It's a nice book. It's a lovely book.
Yeah, I quite like that one actually.
Yeah.
So there's one here called Twisted Ribbon, and I saw that. I think someone had made it, and then depending on what background colour you put in that section there, you can make it look like it's going around a pole.
No, that's who we saw that. We saw that at the Jenny Doan.
Oh, was that at Jenny Doan?
Jenny Doan. It was she had a table runner. She showed a table runner, I think.
Right.
I'm sure it was that.
I know I saw it somewhere along the line.
Yeah,
so
I'm pretty certain it was in her lecture.
So anyway, I haven't looked through it properly yet, but I'm going to look forward to going through that.
Yeah, nice book.
Yeah, so yeah, Stuart.
Nice one, Stuart.
Nice one, Stuart. And then the last book I got was lovely Nick Ball's book as well, Inspiring Improv. And I've heard nothing but good reports about this. I hadn't purchased it. I didn't think it was something I would be interested in. Yeah. So I've not purchased it, but I've heard so many good reports, and the feedback from a couple of friends of mine just saying they're absolutely stunning. So I just thought, Anyway, so and he signed it for me. Oh, well, actually, Stuart signed it.
Yes, they both signed, aren't they?
All of them are actually. So
yeah.
So, thank you, Nick. So I'm looking forward to doing a couple of quilts after this as well. I was looking through it. I have read quite a bit of this. And you write so well. He does. Have you actually looked at it?
I haven't, no.
Oh, it's lovely. The writing's beautiful. Really is nice. You feel like he's in the room with you. Yeah, I was really, really impressed with that. And yeah, it just looks. Yeah, I just want to have a go at making it.
Okay.
Making one of them.
Yeah.
So there's a few here. So
that's
I think
something I haven't really done actually before.
Yeah. And he had his triangles, and he had his triangle quilts. He won a judge's choice actually.
Yes.
So I thought it was beautiful. It did look very nice, didn't it? I'm going to have a go at doing those, because whilst he was making it on over the last couple of months, he had pictures of it on Instagram, and I thought his triangles, when I first looked at them, he had lots of them there, and I thought they were like little trousers he made. little gnome trousers or something.
Oh, I see. And the triangle bit was a bit in between your legs.
That just reminded me, because from a distance, obviously, you look at a photograph from a distance. So it wasn't until up to close. I thought, oh no, they're improv triangles.
I was talking to Nick and also to Trudy Wood, who did a lot of his quilting for him, and they were telling me the story behind this quilt here.
Oh, I love that quilt.
So I'll put another picture up. But if you get a chance to have a look at the book and read the story about how this actually came about, Trudy, you have balls of steel, you really do. Excuse my language, but you really do. So I might have to bleep that bit out. Potty mouth.
Nah, go for it.
But yeah, it's the story behind it is just quite interesting. So if you don't know it, look out for that, because
Yeah, so I was really
scary.
impressed with that.
Yeah, it's a nice little.
Right, then on the Sunday afternoon, the last hour,
Yes,
we took a little make and take, didn't we, with
Bernadette Kent.
Bernadette Kent, yes. Really enjoyed it, actually. So if you're watching, I doubt you will be watching, but if you are watching, I did enjoy it.
Yes.
So it was a lovely hour to spend just doing some stitching.
Just to finish off.
Yeah, it was nice, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's paperless hexes, and she's turning it into a zipper pouch. So, yes. So this is what we did. So I actually thought the make and takes at festival were very good. I thought you have a little kit, and I actually gave a little make and take class as well, so I do know what's involved in doing it. So you do have to make a little kit to the value of a certain amount. This was a good kit for the amount that you're supposed to make it for, sort of thing. So I think it exceeded what it had to be.
So I'm trying to think, we paid £9? Is it £9 or 15?
No, 15, I think. 15.
I thought it was less than that.
No, I don't think so. I think it's 15 for the make and takes. So
Okay.
yeah, 15.
Oh,
yeah.
I'll be arguing about it.
Oh, I don't know. I think that's what it is.
Okay, that's fine.
Anyway, so the kit came with 7 circles of fabric, which you turn into hexagons, and this is going to become a patch. So you've got your wadding, you've got your lining, you've got your outer fabric, and you've got a pattern.
And you got your zip as
you
well.
got the zip, you got a zip, and you've got needle and thread.
Yes.
So I actually thought it was extremely good value for money, to be honest. Plus, she's there tutoring you what to do.
And she gave us biscuits, which is even better.
Yeah, that was really good, wasn't it? Yeah, it was really nice. Really nice. But I really liked this. It was a different method of making hexagons, but you make them from a circle, which was really interesting.
Yes,
So I did sew mine are on the wonk, but I'm not going to change it. Look, mine is skew-iffy.
Wonk.
Yeah, I think they've been drinking at lunchtime.
Well, you could straighten that, couldn't you?
I don't think I have enough. They really are on the skew.
Yeah, they are. You're right.
Yeah, they're really on the skew. So, they're my Sunday afternoon take a break.
Well, it still make a nice little pouch.
Oh, it does, man. It's a memory of what we did on the day. So I shall probably use it for, I don't know, knitting notions or something.
Yeah, so you find some use for it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So, but yeah, I enjoyed that. It was a nice, relaxing hour, and you go away with something.
It's even better, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So my applique needs an awful lot of work.
The A word. You either love it or hate it.
Yeah, no, I actually quite like this slow stitching. Yeah, it definitely needs work.
Well, nobody sees the back.
So that was that. So yeah, a good day for me. And then the very last 10 minutes, I did make a major purchase.
Oh yes, I forgot about that. Yeah, she was gloating about the fact that I'd spent more than she had, and then in the last 10 minutes, she just blew it all out the window.
I did. I did. However, it wasn't on a whim. It wasn't on a whim. It was because I was thinking about buying this for quite some while, and I had been in discussion with somebody on the telephone a couple of weeks prior to the festival. So it wasn't a purchase I had not considered. I had definitely considered.
Wasn't an impulse buy.
No, it wasn't an impulse buy. That's the phrase. Yeah. So anyway, I bought an industrial table to sit my Juki TL98L.
So we'll take a picture and we'll put it up so you can see what it's like.
Anyway, I really love it. It's a proper. I wanted a table that it sits in properly for a long time. It's on casters. I can move it around. It's the right height.
Nice and sturdy.
It's really sturdy.
I think you made Nathan's day by that last minute sale
Well,
in the
literally
last
was
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Literally, they were taking payment
Well, to be
as
quite
the tannoy
honest,
was saying the show is now closed.
To be quite honest, I had completely forgotten about the fact I was interested in this table.
Until you walked past.
Well, no, it was only because I was chatting to him on the stand, and I looked over and saw the table, and I thought, that's the table, that's the table. And I kind of just made a beeline for it. So
so she's going to blame me for this because we had to go to the stand because I made the guys some cake. I was taking some cake up, and we'd gone back to the stand to pick up my cake box because I knew that if I didn't pick it up, there was a good chance it would get lost in all the pack up to come home.
Yeah.
So it ended up being my fault that she ended up buying the table.
No, that's fine. I did want it, so
That's
so I'm very pleased. So that arrived Friday this week. I got it set up straight away. Well, actually, I did have to build it. Okay, it just comes fully built, so it's really nice. It comes on a pallet and everything. So, and the pallet's coming useful for something else.
Oh, there you go.
So there you go.
That's all right then.
Thanks, Nathan.
I did a workshop on the Saturday, so I actually booked a long arm workshop.
Yes.
On the Saturday.
That was interesting, having someone you know actually there's several people in that workshop I know more.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I wasn't the only one?
No.
Oh right, okay. So it was a long arm class, and it was called a Menagerie of Meanders.
That's correct. Yes.
And so we went in, and Tracy very kindly preloaded on some samples for us so that we could practice. You can see that. And we spent, was it 3 hours or 4 hours?
3 hours.
3 hours.
3 hours.
Practicing all of these different techniques. So we started up here with your basic meander or stipple or vermicelli, whichever you want to call it. And then we progressed on throughout the session onto lots of different shapes. Some of which proved more difficult for my brain to compute than others really. Really struggled with this one and was just sort of starting to get it by the end. And yeah, some of them were really hard to do, really hard to get your head around.
Yeah, it's interesting because one of the things I like to do when I teach this meanders class is because you do need to learn directional and being able to work left to right, right to left, top to bottom or bottom to top, or diagonally left, right, or the other way. You think if you've got the design one way, you can transpose it to another direction, and it's very hard, isn't it, to do that?
Really hard.
And until you experience it, it's hard to know whether you can, which direction you prefer to go in.
Yeah.
So
what it did highlight to me is I need lots of practice.
everybody needs practice. I need practice.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't underestimate the amount of practice that anyone needs. So don't do yourself a disservice.
No, I was a bit disheartened at the time, but when I took it off and took it back afterwards, I was happy with it, you know, and I really enjoyed it. But it was so tiring. 3 hours of concentrating like that.
Yeah, it's hard. When you're learning something new, you do actually use a lot of mental energy, so you get physically tired as well.
Physically tired, and I came out and I was so cold as well. I think because I'd been stood and I was concentrating so hard, I came out and I actually touched something. Oh my God, you're like a block of ice.
I was warm in there actually.
No, I think it was me. I think it was just because I don't know, I get cold, I get cold.
Were you under the air
anyway.
conditioning maybe? Or?
I don't know. But I didn't notice it until I came out. And then I thought...
Yeah. If you were tired as well, it would also...
Yeah. And look, she's even stitched on there, look, a menagerie of meanders. Festival of Quilts, which is great.
I enjoyed it.
So I really enjoyed it. It was great fun. Felt like I learnt lots. Tracy also gave us a huge handout with loads of info on it as well. So so that was, I think it was really good. Thank you.
Yeah, you're most welcome.
Really
I enjoyed teaching actually.
And then
fantastic students this year.
You did a few, didn't you? You had another one.
Yeah, I did. I did a frenzy of fillers as well, which I did on Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah, that went well as well. So, but there were some absolutely superb, students on there. So it makes your life so much easier when you've got good students. So.
Yes.
Yeah,
so it was really good fun. I enjoyed that. Highly recommend that if you get a chance to do anything like that. And the other thing we did on the Sunday, we went to the Jenny Doran of Missouri Star trunk show, which was a 2-hour trunk show, which I thought went really quick actually. I didn't think it felt like 2 hours.
Well, when we got the tickets and it was 2 hours, I thought, am I going to be able to sit for 2 hours? I did worry about that.
Yeah.
But, I didn't even notice the 2 hours.
No, it went so quick. She was so entertaining, very inspirational.
Incredibly inspirational. Yeah.
She reduced us all to tears by the end of it, because she was saying, you know, what a great group we were and how.
Well, she was talking about the
disasters, wasn't she? She was talking about Katrina and.
Yeah, I think when she started talking about we all think we're just sewing.
And it doesn't mean anything.
But we're not just sewing, because in the course of the sewing we're not necessarily doing things for ourselves, we're doing things for other people.
Yes.
And when you gift a quilt to somebody, you actually underestimate what you're doing by gifting that quilt sometimes.
Yes.
For you as the maker, you have just got yourself engrossed in the making of it and don't necessarily think about what
it means to the other person.
And you don't even know what's going to happen to the quilts or where they're going to go or who's going to receive them necessarily.
No, that's right.
So she was talking about the charity quilts. They had there was a hurricane, wasn't it?
Hurricane
Katrina in Houston, and they put a call out for charity quilts. And they've got 7,000 quilts.
Yeah, about 7,000 or 8,000.
Yeah, and one of the her employees took them down
in a van.
Yeah, and in the process of donating the quilts, word got out that she got some quilts to donate to various people and organisations, and somebody came in saying they had children from Puerto Rico, and he was looking for 4,000 quilts. And in the 2 weeks she'd been delivering the quilts, it took her to deliver these quilts, another 4,000 had come in.
Yeah, which is amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And she was saying she didn't know any other craft that does things like that.
Well, I don't know. Well, maybe knitting.
Maybe knitting, yes, knitting do, don't they? Because they do baby hats, and I know we've done hats for the homeless and things like that.
Yeah.
But I'm sat there thinking, you know, don't cry. She's on the stage, tears streaming down her face, and I'm sat there thinking, don't cry. Go on, you make a fool of yourself, don't cry. And then sort of had a little glimpse at Tracy on one side to see the bottom lip going, and the chin wobbling. And then looked to this side where I had Claire on this side, and she's wiping the tears off her face like this. Oh, okay, that's all right then. Everybody cried.
Yeah, I watched the lady next to me. I was really, really trying to hold it in, thinking, oh God, you know, I'm getting very emotional about things like this anyway. So then the lady next to me, I just watched this tear roll down her cheek like this. Liz, it hit her chin. So,
in a good way. It was all in a good way.
It was all in a good way, but it really made you think. It really made you think about what you. Well, it certainly made me think about what I was doing.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I've given quilts to people really without thinking about it at all.
Yeah.
And then, you know, a year, 2 years down the track, they've pulled their quilt out, and you can see it's been used and well loved and everything.
Yeah.
And then they'll pass comments about, you know, they'll name the quilt, they'll know what the name of the quilt is, and they'll talk about it. There's a very personal possession.
Yeah.
I can't say the word now. Possession. And you realise then, actually, you've touched somebody's life, really, haven't you?
Yeah.
By doing that. Yeah.
And also we're doing classes and things, I think, as well. Certainly for a lot of ladies who come along, you know, it's a bit of a support network and a bit of a lifeline, I think, for some people, you know. And no, it was very good. She was very, very good, and I thought it was well worth the time and the money.
Yeah, absolutely it was. Yeah, if you get a chance to see her. And her quilts were lovely. The trunk show, I thought the way she put it together, because she, you got some education at the same time, in a very fun way.
Yep.
She told some really nice anecdotal stories and things.
Yeah.
And, it was great.
It was.
Yeah, really, really nice. And it was packed.
It was.
It was absolutely packed to the corners.
Absolutely. There was. I think she did 4, didn't she? She did one a day, I think. I think they were all sold out.
Yeah.
Don't think there was any tickets available.
And we've been fortunate enough. We met her before, didn't we?
Yeah.
And she spent time talking to us, and it wasn't a cursory hello. You know, it was. You really felt like she wanted to listen to what you had to say. And she had a conversation with you, didn't she?
She did. Yeah. Yeah, which was nice.
And I noticed after the trunks were finished, you could go and queue up and have a photograph taken.
You could.
And I think the queue was quite long.
Yes.
But she said, you know, I will stop as long as it takes.
Yeah, she said I'll stay.
Yeah.
So that was good.
Yeah. So no, so it was wonderful. Yeah. So lovely lady.
Yeah.
Very genuine. And has done an enormous amount for her hometown.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So
made it a destination to go to. So if you're looking for somewhere to go quilting once, that could be one of them.
Hamilton.
Hamilton.
I don't know where it is
Missouri?
actually. No, I don't know. It could be Missouri. Could be. Yeah, it's Missouri.
It's far, isn't it? So
yes, it must be.
I would have thought so.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
So yes.
Yeah.
So that was our Festival of Quilts for this year.
So what was your favourite quilt?
I
hard,
really,
isn't it?
it is hard,
Yeah.
but I did very much like the traditional winner.
Yes.
I find that I do love the modern quilts, I love the contemporary quilts, but for some reason at the moment I keep getting drawn back to the more traditional
I seem to have gone a little bit of a full circle.
Yes,
back
come
to,
round again.
I particularly was, they weren't in the competition, but, oh no, Sandy Lush did
Sandy
have one.
Lush.
Look, she did have one in the competition, it was beautiful. Her booth was amazing.
It was incredible. I spent a lot of time in there talking to her husband as well at the time.
Yeah, hand quilting is not something I would, I mean I do machine quilting because I don't hand quilt, but I actually really like the hand quilting ones.
Beautiful work, absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
So yes, I quite like that.
Yeah.
How about you?
There was a few there I liked actually. I was drawn to, did you see the big leather elephant? It was an amazing quilt. It was like a big piece of leather where she had, I say she, it could be a he actually, I didn't actually see who made it. There was some painting, there was some surface work done on the actual leather, there was quilting. It was really incredible. Yeah, very, very different, Right. Obviously it was the shape of a leather. I don't know whether it was a cow hide or I don't know what it was. It was a big piece of leather. Yeah. And she painted it and quilted it and lots of work. So that was really rather interesting. I thought it was different. It was different. No, not the usual kind of quilt that you would see.
Yes.
So I really liked that. There was amazing whole cloth, machine quilted whole cloth. Yeah. And I wish I could remember everybody's name, but I don't. So. I was particularly drawn to, as it turned out, it was Chris English's. Muhammad Ali quilt. Yes, which I really rather liked as well. I didn't realise it was his until afterwards. Yeah, I did like that. I like the technique that he'd used to actually get the imagery on the fabric. Yeah. Actually, there were so many I liked. There were so many.
What choice?
Yeah. And of course, I really, really, really loved the one that won Best of Show.
Yeah.
And if you haven't seen it, we did actually manage a major score. Yes. Mary Palmer, who is one of the two that made the quilt, gave us an interview.
She
you
did.
Can see that in the short clip that's already up. You put that up yesterday.
I put that up already. Yeah.
So if you haven't seen that, go across, and she tells you the story of the quilt and how the quilt was developed and the meanings behind various things on the quilt. So you get a better understanding of what it's all about. So
yeah, the sound quality is not brilliant on it because obviously the NEC is a big open space and there was lots of background noise, but we cleared it up as best as we could. So, but you might have to focus a little bit better on the sound on that one.
And the other one I particularly liked as well was the novice winner.
Oh yes, I think we put that on as well. It was the red one. I think I did put up novice winner on it. That was amazing for a novice.
Yeah.
First entry.
But again, the techniques were very unusual. Yes. Not your traditional novice quilt at all.
No.
I would have thought there was a lot of hand stitchery on that as well, wasn't there? Yeah. So it was beautiful. Very nice. Yeah. Very, very nice. And I got the other one I really liked, and I think you liked it as well. That the quilt, if you looked at it from one direction.
Oh yes.
There was a cheetah.
Yes.
Maybe you looked at it from another direction and it was a rhino, I want to say, and then if you looked at it face on, it was another animal, and I forget what the animal was, but it was like
very clever.
So I was really intrigued by this. I made another one. So I went to I did not know this technique, so I expect loads and loads of people know what they are, but a gamographs.
Is that what it's called?
It's called a gamograph. It's named after an Israeli artist called Yaakov.
Okay.
Yaakov? Agam. Yes. So a gamograph. I never heard of them before, but anyway, so essentially what you do, I don't think this will even show up, so I made another one. So if you look at it sideways on,
I can see the mini.
if you look at it that way on,
I can see your it's sort of flower thing. What?
It's
Yeah,
another
your other quilt. Yeah.
So basically you end up making it's a 3D sculptural effect. So one side you get a picture on one side, and then when you turn it through another angle you get another picture. I don't know if that's going to come out.
We'll try and get a closer for it.
But anyway, I was really fascinated by this technique, and I thought it was really interesting because I never ever heard of this before. I thought it was really unusual, a little bit special. I thought the quilt was amazing. I did speak to somebody else about it at the show who seemed to have seen them all before, so obviously I'm behind the times. So, but
it's clever, isn't it?
it's a really clever technique. I don't want to make a quilt because I know how to do it now, but I
lost interest in it now.
Yeah, but I was intrigued enough to know how to make it's pigeons.
I have to say, yes, if you can hear some sort of
Pigeons
noise, it's the birds on
Yeah.
the roof.
Yeah.
I just wondered what the noise was from it, and then it
Yeah,
clicked
we
what
got
it
very
was.
heavy pigeons. They sat on my guttering and they've bent the guttering. So
You're obviously feeding them too much. Fat pigeons.
Fat pigeons, very fat pigeons.
Fat
yeah.
pigeons.
So yeah,
So there you go.
so that was it. I really enjoyed it. So I think you enjoyed it, didn't
I
you?
did.
Yeah.
Very much so. Yeah. So
Until next year, basically.
until next year. So yeah. So that's our little roundup of festival. Thanks for joining us, and we'll talk to you again soon, hopefully.
Yeah.
Take care.
Bye now.
Bye.
We never said subscribe.
Oh, I'll put it at the end.